y'all, it's your girl ChonitaNicole, and welcome to Do Dream On. If you're new, and if you're already a dreamer, welcome back, y'all. Welcome back, y'all. Welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about embroidering 3D puff. Yes, it is popping off the screen. We're going to be using our Ricoma EM-1010, our Mighty Hoop Master. We're going to be using some cutaway stabilizer, and that's what I'm placing up under here. I'm going to be using a 8x13 magnetic Mighty Hoop. All the links for the machine, my Ricoma EM-1010, the Mighty Hoops, will be down in the description below. I'll also put down in the description where you can find the puff. So it's a certain type of puff I use, but we're going to be using just a regular 100% cotton tee in this cute fuchsia pink color. This is the Hoopmaster stand, and it's very easy. It helps you place your shirts really well, and a lot of other items that you're going to use for embroidery. It just makes the process a lot easier. It is by Mighty Hoops, and it's called the Hoopmaster. It makes it so easy. You literally just put your shirt over it, you put the stabilizer in, you align it, and then you just snap it down. And just like that, it is nice, tight, and in place. You want to make sure that you align things on both sides, and that's just what I'm checking right here, making sure that it's pulled tight and that the hoop is in the middle of the shirt, so that when I align the design in the hoop, it'll be exactly where I want it to be. And then you literally just pull your hoop up, and voila, magic, it is perfectly on there. I'm just showing you how you can align it, make sure it's aligned in the middle. This will make the designing portion so much easier once you put this on the bracket and align everything into the machine. So you go ahead, slide it on the bracket. You want to make sure that your shirt is open so you do not embroider the shirt together, and then you're literally all set. Okay, you slide it on and make sure that it's attached and everything is all good. Now here is the foam I use. A lot of people ask what foam I use. It's literally embroidery foam, and I believe it's 3mm. This is how it looks. I got the black and white color depending on what color thread that I want to use. And I'll make sure I leave the exact foam link down in the description. Okay, I turned the light on and I just placed it on top of the design. I'm going to pick the color of the thread that I want to use. I want to make sure that the design is properly inside of the hoop. I'm going to go ahead, lock it inside of embroidery mode, and then I am going to trace it first, and then I'm going to go ahead and press start. Okay, so there I am, and I'm tracing. I actually trace it with the second needle this time, but I typically do with the first needle, because that's literally, and then I think I realized I traced it with the second one because I'm using the second needle for white. I said, oh, let me make sure that I trace it with the correct needle that's on the screen. So I'm going back and forth, y'all. Just use the needle that's on the screen. Then you want to make sure that the foam is in the correct spacing. But you want to make sure that you're using the correct needle when you're tracing it, so that that needle won't hit the hoop and cause a needle break, because Maddie has to fix it because my hands are too big and she's at school. So just make sure you're tracing it, making sure that it's going where you want it to go on the shirt, and let's see how this turns out. Okay, here is the first time ever using 3D puff for embroidery, and I want to make sure it stays where it's supposed to stay. We're going to go ahead and press start, and we're going to see if it does it. Now, specifically for 3D puff, you have to have 3D puff letters. You cannot just put this up under any design and then get puff. Okay, so this is extremely important. You have to make sure that your design is digitized, your letters are digitized specifically for 3D puff. If you're not familiar with digitizing is making any letter, any image, anything that you want to be embroidered. They have to actually put it in a specific software for embroidery, for digitizing, and then it has to be transferred over to the machine. So you can't get any letters and then just automatically make them embroidery letters. So that's why a lot of times people don't understand the pricing for embroidery or what to do with embroidery, because you can't just go and get any letter or any image and then make it embroidery. You have to either hire somebody, purchase, or learn how to transfer an image or a letter into digitizing it. And it's an entire process. You need certain software, different things like that. Okay. So if you don't know how to do it yourself, you're either going to have to purchase a digitized embroidery letter or image or something, or you're going to have to get someone to do it, and you have to pay for that. Okay, so that's why it costs to get things changed to be digitized. All right, and then you also have to make sure that your image that you're digitizing is compatible with your machine. So you may see DST. It's a lot of other letters behind embroidery things. Like if you go on Creative Fabrica or Etsy, you have to make sure that your embroidery file will work for your embroidery machine. So it's literally almost like a translation of whatever letters or image, and it's translated specifically for your machine, and you have to use a specific software for your machine. Ricoma uses Chroma, and they're really, really cool because they offer classes and they offer training and they explain all the things. So make sure you look at my links down below, and if you're interested, give them a call. I get a lot of people asking me questions, and I'm like, if you use my link and let them know you got it from ChonitaNicole of Dreamon, you have to literally make sure you tell them that, because that will be my referral, and I need the referral. So thank you so much for everybody that does that way. That's what affiliates are. But if you do that, they'll answer all the questions for you and go step by step and break all those questions and things down. So those links will be down in the description, and someone will get a hold of you and go over everything. But y'all, this looks so good so far. The foam feels extremely soft. Okay, so it feels good. It feels soft. Everything is going very smooth. My first time went really, really good. And then at the end, we're going to peel it off and see how it goes. Okay. Now, there were some tips because I said, I've never done this before, where I could have used a like a blow machine, you know, the ones that get kind of hot, where you use for shrink wrap. And I do have a couple of those actually, but I decided not to use it. But we're going to see. Look how good that looks, y'all. That looks so good, and you can see there that it's doing a specific pattern to make sure that it goes over the actual foam. This looks super good, and I'm very happy with it so far. And yeah, y'all, we're gonna just see how this ends up, y'all. I'm liking it so far. It was very easy and straight to the point. So yay. So let's look at the finished product. Let's see how it turns out. Yay, and it's done. So now let's get it off of here and see how it's gonna look. It looks so good so far. Let me back you up. Not too close. Right off of here, it looks so good. Yes. All right. We're gonna see how this looks. Oh, it came right off. Oh, this is so satisfying, y'all. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. This is so cute. That came right off. And baby, even the little middle part. And that was so satisfying. Let's get up close. Let's see. Okay. Now it's a couple things that I have to read. I'm gonna have to read and see what people do. I think some people do a heat gun, like almost like a blow dryer. That is down to make sure it looks like flat inside of there. But look at this, 3D embroidery. Yes, that looks so good. It looks super cute. Now I think, like I said, that people may put a heat gun, but just make sure they don't burn the thread to try to let that puff stuff go down. But this looks super good even like that. Y'all know I'm a puff girl with the puff vinyl. Now we got the puff embroidery. This turns out it turned out so cute, and I really, really love it. I really hope the camera can pick it up because, baby, this is fire. And I already got people asking me to make them some. I know my test is always trying to see what it looks like from the inside, and we're going to cut this off. But it looks absolutely amazing. Yay! I'm so in love with this project. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, holla at your girl. But yeah, y'all, this concludes the project. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what you think. And that's a wrap. I love y'all. Did y'all know that? I think y'all knew that. Anywho, y'all be safe out there. You hear? Bye.